and get started. All right. Okay. Copy this. Go over to announcement. Here it is. All right. Put the word out again, as normal. It seems to be going good. All right. Today I'm thinking about working on menus. Yesterday we worked on a lot of different things. I streamed for pretty much all day. So I want to work on menus so that we can get our minds going a bit. And the reason we need menus for that is so that we can make it easier to test and work on minds through a GUI-based system. So last time we had we made a lot of abstraction here for our NMS. We have our NMS handler with a send packet and a can break method to switch our Omni tool out. And we have this fake block handler to fill different regions with fake blocks and just set one block. And we implemented that into our 1.21 and 1.21.1 NMS versions here. There's our NMS handler with send packet, can break material, and our fake block handler with our set block method and our to fill region methods. One fill region method is to fill the region with one material, and the other is to fill it with a randomized weighted list of materials. So yeah, each location in the region will be filled in by a random block, which we haven't tested out yet because so I suppose we can do a little bit of the mines first before the menus. We'd set up a selection wand and then have a command to fill in the region with fake blocks without actually saving the region or the mines or anything like that. So I guess we can work on that as well. It should be fine. So yeah, when are we going to do that? I think that could be a good start. I've done this before a couple times as well. So let's see. How do I want to structure this? I think just mines wand maybe. We could say mine wand, and this would be like our Omni tool class, except there's no customization for the mine wand. It's just one static item that you use. Okay. So yeah, let's go ahead and first off, let's make this final. And we can make a... Let's look at how we did the Omni tool exactly. I want to kind of structure it the same way. So we have Omni tool and we have this class here. Again, we have this one does static methods here with a default Omni tool item stack, which is defined from an onload method. So we can do this as well. Private static, is it final? No. Namespace key, mine wand key, private static item stack, mine wand. There we go. Public static void on load, and this calls the on reload method and sets the key. So mine wand key, new namespace key, and we need get plugin. Key will be Astra mine wand, like that, and this is Astra Omni tool, and then say on reload, which we will make here. On reload, there we go. So now we define what the actual item stack is. So down here, this we're gonna use a golden axe for, just because it's pretty cool. And it's not like the World Edit wand where it's a wooden axe. Just to differentiate it a bit, we will say new item stack golden axe. Okay. Meta mine wand get item meta. Okay. And actually we don't even need to put this in an on reload method. We could just put it in the on load, since it's going to be a static item and not configurable, so we don't actually even need this. Just put it in here. Meta display, actually set unbreakable true. Meta display name. We need color dot inventory dot serialize, and we will say b color mine wand, and we will Look at that. There we go. And the reason I remove bold before I do a space just to bold it again is because I don't want this space to be a little bit thicker. So if you have bold and then you just put a space, it actually makes it a little bit thicker in Minecraft from my experience. So I usually just like to have a normal space without not making it bold. Okay, and now let's go ahead and set the lore here. Mini color dot inventory to serialize. We have a list of strings, right? Or we can actually just do one string with /n in it. Let's say like this, right? Gray, actually white. It would be cooler. Dark gray. We need a bullet Unicode, which I'll copy from here. Or actually, rather from this one. Right here. Copy that. Dark gray and bullet /b. So we have white, and we'll say left click gray to select position 1. Alright, and then we will say /n. And not that, but we'll do a plus sign there. And then we'll do the same here. Alright, so we'll copy this. We'll say right click to select position 2. So we'll select 2 corners. And this actually requires a list input, so list of components. So we might have to just do that anyways. So instead of doing this, we will just make it a list, right? List out of there. Perfect. And of course, let's go ahead and make sure it's spaced properly like that. So there's our first line and our second line. And now I'm gonna do add item flags. Item flag dot hide attributes. Item flag hide unbreakable. Hide additional tooltip. Hide enchants. Flag dot hide. What else can we hide here? Not sure what stored enchants is, because you just have hide enchants and you have hide stored enchants. Let's see what this says. Okay, so what's this one? Interesting. I'm not sure. So if there's item flags, and since we're hiding enchants, let's go ahead and make let's add an enchant. Enchantment dot protection. And then level 1. True to ignore the level restriction. And finally, mine 1 dot set item meta. Yeah, there we go. And how about instead of a golden axe, we make it a diamond axe just to fit the color scheme of the name a bit better. So here we have those. We need to go to our mines module and the onload. Mine1.onload. There we go. So now we want to work not null namespace key get mine1 key turn mine1 key stack get mine1 return mine1.clone. Here we go. We can make this not null, I think. It'll say, yeah. Yeah, so never mind. And we will just, yeah. Shouldn't be not null, but you know, we'll just put like that. So we'll just put nullable just in case. Actually, no. Line1 is null, on load, and then return it. If line1 key is null, on load, there we go. So it'll always be called, or not, it'll always be not null. Yeah, we could do better though. We could make this a singleton and have these not static. Alright, and just have them as member fields. I think that would be better, in my opinion. Instance public static line1 get instance. It's null, then instance equals new line1. Turn instance. So that means we have to let these private final not null, right? Final not null. And let's turn it into a constructor. Private line1. There we go. This should not be null, right? Let's say that. Not null. This should not be null. There we go. It means in here, we need to call on to get instance. That way it ensures it's always loaded. And that's how you make a singleton, by the way. You make the constructor private so nobody can call new on it. You make it a final class so you can extend it. And then you have an instance that will only be called new on if it's null. So it won't be, there's only ever one instance of it. And that way you also don't have everything down here static as well. So you set all this once and it can't be modified or anything. And you have getters for whatever you need. So that'll be our line1. Lines and module. Okay. And now let's make a command to get the line1 or to give it to someone else, right? We will say line1 command extends brigadir command. And we did a bit of brigadir commands in our previous streams as well. So I might not cover it as in depth, but there's no harm in going over it anyways. So we'll see. Line1, the line1. Astra wand. I think it's fine. Line1. Like that. It could be the only thing for it. So now private, not null, literal argument builder, command source stack from brigadir base, right? Turn base dot build. So you here will have a return commands dot literal name for the command name that we entered right here. And we'll say executes on text turn 0. Right, and we're going to say requires permission requirement Astra.admin. So you know, this is our normal admin permission. And then we will have, let's go ahead and ignore this API, unstable API usage warning, And then let's say final command sender was context get source get sender. So if sender instance of player Astra log Astra log level dot error select a player. So this means they have to select a player to give the 1 to. And here we're going to say it'll be an optional requirement. So if we don't put in a player, aka what happens right here, just type in the base command and it will give them the 1. So let's say so obviously mine1 dot get instance dot get mine1. I don't think so. Is that something you have to get on your own? Is that like an add-on or something? So final player get inventory add item 1. There you go. Did the autocomplete show up? It's built in? I guess not. I mean, there's always just like, you know, the menu there that you can select from. Okay. Set exit and then player, set message, menu color, chat, serialize. You were given, you got the mine wand. There we go. And now we could do another method. Required argument builder. Command source stack from creator and then string. We'll say player. And then turn commands dot argument. And this will be a player and then string argument type dot word. And this was executes context like this. Turn 0. And now we'll go up here and we'll say dot then player, just like that. Yeah, I'm not sure about IntelliSense. I've never used it. Obviously it doesn't look to be enabled. I don't know how to enable it, so and I'm not sure if I would want it enabled in my opinion. I mean, it's easy enough to type as it is. Like, I type pretty quickly. I don't really need like autocomplete stuff in my opinion. And it's like AI autocomplete, right? I don't really know if I vibe with that. Just like I don't use logbook really either. I just prefer to write it out, you know. Let me just quickly mark these all as not null. Just for consistency's sake. That's a void method, so it's fine. Which I might also use in here. And our main command down here. So I'd mark these as not null. Base help and reload. Let's set that. There we go. Private void give player. Alright. Not null. What did we do in this one? We did sender, target name, and silent. And sender. Not null, string, target name. No boolean, silent. Right. There you go. So now we just need to say target name equals string argument type get string player, sorry, context, and then player. So now we can pass in, give player, actually we gotta make the sender as well. Context, source, get sender, target name, and false. So it will be silent. Although we will have another one here, not no literal argument builder. This is command source stack, player silent, turn commands dot literal dash s dot executes context, and this will be turn 0, and of course pass in give player. We need to copy this basically. And pass in true instead of false. There we go. And we're done with these two methods right here. And now we just need to fill out this method down here. So final player equals sender player p. If it is, then it's p, otherwise it's null. Final boolean is player not equal null. There we go. So now final bucket, not bucket, player target equals bucket get player target name. If target is null, then we'll say if is player, there's a message color dot chat dot serialize red invalid player, and we will say target name. Well, I should say white right there as well. Okay, and then we'll return, and then if it's not a player, astralog.log, astralog level.error, invalid player, and then target name, and then return. Okay, so now we know the target is not null, so we'll say if, sorry, not if, target get inventory add item mine wand get instance get mine wand, which I also can do up here. Sorry, right here. We don't need to put the wand in a variable. Just do that. There we go. And then something like this down here. If is player, we send message color.chat.serialize green. You gave white target get name mine wand. Since it's not capitalized down there, you can actually just do this. It's fine. It'll be green. You got the mine wand, right? Okay, if is player, then that, and then if silent, return. So otherwise, we want to say target send message mini color dot chat serialize green. You're given the mine wand. Okay, and if is player astralog.log log level dot success, and we'll say you gave target name a mine wand. Okay, there we go. Yeah, that looks right. So right here we're saying we're getting the player from the sender, if it's a player sender, and we're checking if it is a player sender, and then we're getting the target as a player from the name, checking if the target is online. We're checking if sorry, if it's not online, I mean, checking if it's not online, and then we're checking if the player sent the command, which means we can send this message to the player, just send an invalid target. Otherwise, we're going to send this message to the console because the console executed the command. We're going to give the target the item, since we know that they're online. And then if it's a player who executed the command, we're going to tell them that they gave them the wand. And then otherwise it'll check if it's silent, or it'll still check if it's silent, and then it'll, if it is not a silent, it'll notify the target that they were given the mine wand in chat. And then if it's not the player sending it, then we provide a response in console. And the reason I do this is because if you want to like put in a give command in the console, like an automated command, you can put -s to make it silent, and it won't spam your console if it's automated for whatever reason. So obviously you're not going to automate this admin command here, but still. For the Omni tool, I did it because sometimes you want to add this command in a kit to like get a new pickaxe if you somehow lose it, and you don't want to have in console, oh, this person was given a mine wand whenever they use the kit, right? So here we go, that's our current mine wand command. So we can go to our mines module, go to our enable here, command manager, get instance register, new mine wand command, and we're done. Although I think I have to add a .then right here, .then player silent. There we go, and we're done. So this base node will have a .then. If you're a player, then it's an optional, and this is an optional argument. If you're a console, then it'll tell you to call this method. And then player silent is another optional argument for both console and player this time. And that'll run the same method down here as the non-silent version, except this boolean will be a different value depending on which one is called. And there we go. So we're done with the mine wand except for the actual implementation of it. We have a way to give it to players, we just don't have a way to actually, it just doesn't have any functionality yet. So to do that, we're going to add some listeners, right? First off, we're going to say in the mine wand, I'm going to go up and we're going to make a map, right? Private final no map UID, and then I'm going to put could do an array of coordinates, or we could just do a location. I think a location will be fine. Corner 1, right, so this is the first selection, and then corner 2, which is the second selection. Which actually, I think we're going to put this in their own class. Mine 1 selection. And we can just make this, we don't need to make this a singleton, right? So private static not null, static not null. Since these are not null, we gotta define them, which we can easily do in here. Corner 1 equals new hash map. Corner 2 is new hash map. We could also define them up here, but I'd rather define them in their own block there. Okay, so these are, we can also make these final as well. So they're private static final not null maps, and they are a key of UID and a value of location. Public static boolean has corner 1 final not null UID return corner 1 contains key UID, right? And we'll do the same for as corner 2. That's corner 2. And there we go. Static boolean has a valid selection. Final not null UID. So now we're going to check each corner to say if has corner 1, then return false because they're missing corner 1. And we're going to say, actually we're going to return an int here. So if they're missing corner 1, we're going to return 1. If has corner 2, UID, we're going to return 2. So they're missing corner 1, we're going to return 1, and 2 if they're missing corner 2. And then we're going to say, these are essentially like return codes. So if they're not missing anything, it's going to return 0, which means successful. And then we're going to check each corner, right? Final location, corner 1, corner this dot, sorry, line, sorry, let's just do 1. Corner 1 dot get UID, final location 2, corner 2, get UID. I'm going to say, we're going to check the world that each location is in. So if 1 dot get world get UID compare to get world get UID, and it's not equal to 0, and return, actually let's do int comparison here, and we're going to set that equal to this. Because this comparison method, the compare to method here, from the UIDs, will return -1, 0, or 1. So if it's comparison equals 0, then we're going to check in here, right? If comparison less than 0, then it means corner 1 is not the same world as corner 2. Actually, you know, we don't need to check that exactly. We can just say return 3 if they're not the same. So yeah, we don't need this then. Sorry, I was getting ahead of myself thinking about something that we don't need to do. So if it doesn't equal 0, then return 3. Means it won't, you know, that they're not, the two locations aren't in the same world. So we say public, not public, sorry. We do some Java documentation here to clarify that in here. Just checks if the given user has a valid selection. So then we'll say at link UID players. Well, I should put this first. The players UID, and we're going to return here some different exit codes, right? 0 if they have a valid selection. Let's do a BR here, right? BR 0 if they have a valid selection. BR 1 if they are missing corner 1. 2 if they are missing corner 2. Okay. I'm going to say, I'm just going to put this on their own line so it's easier to read. BR3 if one of the locations or corners, if the corners are not in the same world, you can't create a selection if they're in the same world, right? Well, let's see if we can make this like code by doing this. Not sure if it'll work like that, but we're gonna check. No, don't think so. I think we can do code and then yeah, like that. See how that works. Yeah, that's better. Code 2, code 3. There you go. So this is what it will return: 0 if they have a valid location, 1 if they have a missing corner, 1 if they're missing corner, 2 if the corners are not in the same world. So yeah, I think that's fine. I think that's all good. And actually, lastly, we'll return 4 if the locations are the same. BR code 4 if the corners are, you know, that should be fine. We can do a, yeah, it doesn't have to be a, it could be like setting one block, right? It's fine. Yeah, we're good. So there we go. And now we're gonna make some overload methods here. Has valid selection, final, not null. So we can pass in a player object itself, return, as well location, player, get unique ID. Alright, I'm gonna do the same thing up here. Public, static, boolean, has corner 2, not null, player, turn, has corner 2, player, get unique ID. Here we go. I'm gonna copy this, paste it here. There's corner 1. There's corner 1. There we go. And this should, no, okay, let's go ahead and copy this here. Paste it here. And network player. And we can do a, let's see, line 1 selection, has valid selection, UID. There we go. So see also this method here. I wonder if we can do like a reference or something, so we don't have to have the, no, okay, that's fine. So there we go, we have our Java documentation for those two methods to clarify exactly, you know, what they'll return. And then down here we'll have some set methods, public, static void, set corner 1, final, not null, UID, final, not null, location, corner 1 dot put, UID, location. I'm going to return a boolean here. So, and we're going to say if corner 1, or if has corner 1 UID, final location, corner, current, corner 1 get UID, if current dot get world dot get UID not equal, sorry, compared to location get world get UID. So if this is not equal to 0, then so first off we'll put this, so that's the current one, and then we're going to put it, right? So if they have that, then return true, sure, and this down here, return true. Okay, and then so it's not the same world, then we already know it's different, right? So we're going to return true, that it's a different location being put in the map. And then if corner, or sorry, if current dot get block x equals, sorry, not equal location, get block x, turn true. If current get block y is not equal location, get block y, turn true. And finally, return current get block z equals current get block z. Sorry, it was not equal. There we go. So this way we can say some more Java documentation here. Set the, or update the player's corner 1 position. The player's at link UID and the corner 1's link location sorry, the location for corner 1. Okay, and then we're gonna say we're gonna return a boolean. We're gonna return true if the new location is different than the current selection. Different from, sure. Otherwise, code false if the new location is the same as the previous selection. We'll say BR if they had no previous selection, it will say or if they had no previous selection. There we go. Actually, we can just keep this like that, right? There we go. That's looking good. Now we could do the same for corner 2. But actually, we could simplify this to make it more generic, right? Go up here, say private static boolean set corner final not null UID ID final not null location final boolean 1, right? So we do that, and then we'll say null boolean has corner. If it's 1, then it will be has corner 1 UID, otherwise has corner 2 UID. Right, and then we'll do if has corner, and then right if 1, then we put that in there, otherwise corner 2 put UID location. And this will say if 1, then it's corner 1, otherwise corner 2 get UID, right? So we're just checking, which one we passed in, right? And we'll do this here as well. There we go. Otherwise, if 1, put corner 1, and then we'll say return true, and then we'll just put corner 2, put new ID location. There we go. And so this is already generified, or generic right there, rather. And instead, we could pass in the map, actually, instead of having all this. I think we should do that instead, because this is just, it was a little complicated. We don't need that. Not no map. UID location map, right? So instead we could just say remove this, right? I'm sorry, I know I'm going over. I'm sorry, I'm going over it again, right? But that's fine, right? Otherwise, map.put should be fine, right? So this is the same. So then we could just say map.put UID location. There we go. So now it's the same as we had it, except we have another parameter. So now we go down here, set corner. So we're going to return set corner UID location corner 1. And then finally public static boolean set corner 2. final not null UID ID, final not null location, return set corner UID location corner 2. Okay, and we're gonna say the same here. Copy this, paste it. Corner 2 position, corner 2. And then we're gonna go ahead and make another overloader method for this, right? Actually, let's go ahead and copy this, paste it, put in player, and then player get unique ID. Here we go. The player. Okay, and again, we're gonna go ahead and copy this, except for set corner 2. Corner 2, and 4, 2. There we go. There's all of our methods, right? And our overload methods to make more usability or accessibility. That this doesn't need anything specifically. We could move this down below here to have better class structure. So there we go. And we obviously need methods to get the corners, right? Set corner, you know. Now we need to get the corner, right? Well, static, not null, or sorry, nullable location, get corner 1. Right, and then we'll say not null UID, turn corner 1, get or default UID null. There we go. We're going to copy this, make an overload method for the player, and we could just pass it in, but I'm just going to say return get corner 1, get unique ID, so that they use each other, right? Get corner 2, this will get from corner 2 map, get corner 2, and of course 2 here. Here we go, we have everything we need, fairly certain, so that we don't need to, you know, do whatever. So now let's actually, one more time, let's go ahead and make another method here. Public static void clear selection not null UID, right? Corner 1 dot remove UID, corner 2 remove UID, just to clear up some memory from the map. Static void clear selection final not null player clear selection with unique ID. There we go. So this will remove their selection, and I think we'll call this when they leave the server, and when the server stops, obviously, because these aren't persistent memory here. So yeah, we're done with that class. We have the command to give the mine one. Now we just need to make a listener, right? Listeners, mine on listener. There you go. Implements Astra listener. And again, we made the reload method in here default to be an empty method, so we can override it if we want to, but we don't have to. Event handler, and the rest of this handles exactly just like if you were to implement listener. Like void on interact, right? Player interact event, right? Oh, and of course we need to make a method in here to check if a specific item stack is the mine wand, right? we could say, let's go up here, make it right here. Public boolean is mine wand. Final, not null, item stack. We'll make it nullable. Item stack, okay. And we'll say, if item stack is null, or item stack get type is air, return false, so we're not holding it. Okay. Final item meta equals item stack get item meta. If meta is null, return false. And finally, I'm gonna say turn item stat, meta get persistent data has the key of mine wand key. I'm gonna say persistent data type dot byte. So we're gonna check if it has that specifically. And realizing that after I made this method, realizing I haven't actually added the key up here, I'm gonna go ahead and add it up here. Get persistent data container set mine wand key to persistent data type dot byte. I'm gonna put a byte of 1 in there just so that it's a small data type. We're not storing that much on the item. Yep. So yeah, I should have it. It should be all done. Let's go back to our listener. Player, event get player. So first off, if player has permission, Astra admin. So if they don't have it, then we're gonna return. So they can't use the mine wand, right? I'm gonna say if player get game mode not equal game mode dot creative. We're gonna return as well. So they have to use it in creative, and they have to have the admin permission. Just a couple extra layers of security there. And now we're gonna say final item stack item is equal to get item. I think we could just do that. Which is the item in hand represented by this event. Yep. If mine wand get instance is mine wand item, return. So they're not they're not holding the item, right? And then if it is, we're gonna say final action, I think, right? Event dot get, is there get click? No. We do need the click block. Final block is equal to that. We can actually go one step further and just say location dot get location. Actually, maybe not, because block can be null. If block is null, return. Okay, now location. So first off, before we do that, we need to no, we don't. We need to check down here which if they're left clicking or right clicking. So first off, action dot is left click or is right click. Action. So we got left click block and left click air. So let's go up and store that in a variable. So first off, obviously we're going to check for these, but I think we can make a lighter check right here. If final action equals event dot get action. If action not equal action dot left click block, and it's not right click block, we're going to return right there. So it should be a lighter check, I think, than permission. Not too sure, but we'll just check it first thing anyways, because we don't need to run this event if they're not doing that. Yeah, so yeah, we don't need to check for their permission and their game mode and all that if they're not right clicking a block or left clicking a block in the first place. And you know what, we can actually put this above as well. Right, so if they're not using the mine wand, then you know how to check for this stuff as well. Okay, and then we got the block, and now we need the location of the block, which we have, and then if action dot is left click, you can do that. mine want selection dot set corner 1 player get unique ID, or you just pass in player actually, because we made that method to do so. So we set corner 1 and we'll return true if the new location is different from the previous location, or false if it's the same. It's the same as the previous selection. So here, right? Let's make sure this is correct, right? So if true, the new location is different from the previous one. So if this is not equal 0, then return true, so it's different. This is different, this is different, and this is different as well. So it means false if it's the same. So this is also different because they didn't have a previous location. So yeah, the comment is correct. So we need to check if it is false, right? So if this, right, then we can return. Otherwise, we're going to tell them that they changed the location of what they did. So we can say player send message mini color chat serialize green, you set corner 1 or position 1 2, and then we will expand this out a bit. Location get block X, do that, right? Put that down here. Plus comma. I'm not sure to put this here. Plus location get block Y plus comma, and then plus location get block Z, and then we will have a green exclamation point there, and this will be white. Format that better. There we go. We can make a method here, private void send notification or send update message. Final not new player final boolean corner 1, right? Final string corner equals 1 and 1. You know what? We don't even need to do that. We'll just pass in a string. Not new string corner. No one else can use this, but I think I want to keep it a boolean actually. That way you can only select one or the other. So final string corner equals 1. If it's 1, then it's that. Otherwise, 2. There we go. And then we will move this to here. We also need the location as well. So, and then we replace 1 here with our corner, and there we go. That's done. Now we could say send update message player location true, and we'll say else here, or you know, we'll just return so having an else, and then we will do this, right? Set corner 2. So right, if it's false, then we just return and we don't update them because it's the same location as I just set it to. There we go. And again, 1 goes to false. There we go. And our listener is done. We've done everything we needed to. And close that out and go into our module. Lines module here. You can say Final list Astra listener, listeners, list of, and we can say mine warned listener. Do that and say listeners for each listener. Sorry, bucket get. No, we need to do the thing here. Get plugin manager, register events, listener, and then Astra get plugin. There we go. There are listeners. We have our commands here, which we could also put in here. Just like that. And then command manager. And then we can loop through our commands. Command manager register. There you go. And we're done. So any new command we want, we can just add it into this list here. Same with our listener, and they will be automatically registered through these for each loops here. And we're done with that. So next up, we want to make a fill region command for testing. Which I'm not sure will be in the final plugin, but you know, for now it's just testing, so that way we can see how the fake blocks work and we can test it out without having to make a full mine system with saving and all of that. So yeah. Yeah, okay. So next up we want, okay, so we do have the abstraction there. How did we get the in here, right? In the update tool here. Right, tools are your preferred tool. This is here, and then this is, okay, yeah, just simply that. That's good. And we want to go over to our abstract NMS handler here actually, and we want to make another one. Abstract fake block handler, get fake block handler. That way in our NMS versions here, we can simply add a method in there, since we're already getting this each version's implementation of this class. We can get this the same version's implementation of the fake block handler. So we go in here and we implement the method, obviously. So we're going to return this fake block handler right here, which we're going to call new on. All right. Private final abstract fake block handler. Fake block handler. I'm going to go ahead public NMS handler. Fake block handler goes new. Fake block handler. Then we're going to return fake block handler. Right. There's final. We say not null. And there we go. We're all done. Now we can access our fake block update methods here. All right. Let's go ahead and make another command up here. Fill region command, or rather set. Fill region command makes sense, right? So, fill region, naming test command for the admin command to test with fake blocks. So there we go. First, our base command, you know, obviously it requires Astra admin. So we're gonna say error is gonna be a player only command, right? Please run this command as a player. So we're gonna say here, I'm gonna check the corners every time. So we're gonna make a method to do that easier. Private boolean check corners for no player, right? So mine wand selection has valid selection player, right? So we can actually rename this to check selection. And this again, it will return an integer. So output result. So now we're gonna say, depending on the result, right? Switch result. Default will be 0. Speed break. We'll go over that. So first off, so 0 if they have a valid selection, right? So this will just return true. Sorry, we could just make a return. No. Maybe. Nah, I don't want to make a return switch. So normal, you know, whatever. Boolean was alright, let's just put value here, right? And then result equals true. And let's switch value. And then return result. Result equals true. Okay, you know what? I'll set it false to begin with. Okay, case 1. Result equals false. Case 2. Result equals false. Case 3. Result equals false. And how many do we have? 0, 1, 2, 3. Yep. Yes, I know these are the same. Alright, we don't need to actually reassign it. It's already false. So first case 1. They're missing corner 1. We're in the same world. Let's actually first up, yeah, let's go ahead and reorder the output codes here. You want to actually check. No, I don't know. Because it makes sense to say this before those, I feel. Well, no, because if they have, okay, it doesn't matter. We're fine. So first off, if they don't have a corner 1, it returns 1. So, we can make this final. So yeah, case 1, we'll say player send message meaning color dot chat serialize red, you are missing corner 1. Okay, and we can do this. Missing corner 2. And then here, your corners are in different worlds. And then otherwise it'll return true if it's 0. So there we go. That's done. We just need to go down here. If check selection player and return 0, I should say. Otherwise, we will say player send message color dot chat dot serialize red. Please select a material. Please select materials to build the mine with. Right. So this is base, and we're gonna say then materials, and this is gonna be a required argument loader. And instead of word, we're gonna say string, and string should be should allow us to have multiple inputs as long as it's at the end of the command arguments, which it is. So let's just try and make sure that's correct. Yeah, there's no documentation, of course not. Greedy string. Let me check on Google because I know where I can find the answer. In what goes Commodore library. Right, wiki string types, right? Greedy string allows any amount of words. So yeah, we need a greedy string. A string allows you to have any amount of words as long as it's in quotes. So instead of string, we want a greedy string. There we go. And then we're not gonna have a then, because it wouldn't work if we did that. Okay, so now we have our, we don't need the give player here. Go to that. So again, we're gonna check the selection first. And we're also gonna check the, materials. Put this up here as well. There we go. So if they don't have the selection or valid selection in return, and it'll notify them to select it as well, just like up here. And now string materials string or input equals string argument type dot get string context materials. And so this should return the entire argument string. So I think we could do final string split equals input dot split space, because each one will be split by a space, right? Final weighted list string, or actually we'll do material, and we need to add that in our, we need to add a dependency on the common NMS common as well. Like that way we can access it. Common also depends on NMS common. That's why I don't have the weighted list in just common, because then NMS common wouldn't be able to access it. And all of our version modules don't depend on common either. So there we go. Go ahead and import that. So we have our list of materials, new weighted list, and we're gonna have we're gonna check, right? For final string s split. So for each string, we're gonna check int double chance, right? We're gonna say, but we define that up there, declare it up there. Actually, no, we don't need to do that. We're gonna say equals 100. But already, we're gonna say if s contains this, then we're gonna say final string chance split equals s dot split by a colon. I'm gonna say try chance equals double parse double, chance split 1, catch number format exception ignored. Otherwise, because then it'll just be 100% chance. And then we're gonna go ahead and try, we're gonna say, we're gonna put material up here. So first thing we're gonna do actually, we're gonna try material equals material dot value of chance split 0, catch a number, or sorry, illegal argument exception E, and then we're gonna return, or we're gonna continue. And actually we should do, instead of materials, we should do block material equals new block material. Sorry, I need to fix that. Alright, so first we're going to check for an illegal argument exception, and the invalid block material exception should already be caught, because it is it extends illegal argument exception. So we'll continue, right? So it's going to catch either one. If it's not a block material specifically, then it'll just ignore it. And then we'll say if chance split dot length greater than 1, we will call this here. Otherwise, it'll still be at 100% chance, because they just added a colon after the material and didn't actually put a number after it. Alright, and then we will put, we'll say list.add material with the chance that it has. The material obviously might not have been initialized, so if it doesn't contain it, then we're going to say material equals, we're going to try again here. I'm just going to copy this, except instead of chance split 0, we're just going to put S. There we go. So now it'll loop through all of our arguments that we added, and it'll check if it contains a colon, in case they added a chance afterwards, and then it will add those list of materials to it, right? And then it will say final NMS abstract fake block handler equals fake block handler NMS factory dot get handler dot get fake handler, right? So now fake block handler dot fill region for the player. I'm gonna fill in, we need to make a new cuboid region as well. So new cuboid region with our corner 1 and corner 2. So we need to get those as well. Location corner 1, mine 1 selection, get corner 1 player, final location corner 2, mine 1 selection, get corner 2 player, right? So we're going to pass in corner 1 and corner 2, and then, alright, these can be null. We're going to assert corner 1 not equal null, because we already checked for that. We already checked for a valid location, and that checks if these are null. And then we are going to pass in our list of materials. Actually, I think it's the other way around. It's a list and then the keyword region. There we go. And that should be the entire command done. Although we can say player send message chat deserialize Korean region has been filled. Cuboid region has been filled. And there we go. So this is just again, this is just a test command, so we could test with our fake blocks whenever we need to. So, always inverted. Yeah, I don't care. I'm not gonna invert this because I want it to make sense readably, or, you know, when you read it, I want it to make sense. So there we go. And actually, we can test this out if we needed to. Just gonna remove unused imports. There we go. Let's go over to our module again. Let's register this command. New fill region command. There we go. Okay, so let's go ahead and get this built. No, not actually. I'm cutting a prison core and it'll have mines. And I'm simply creating my own selection wand so I don't have to depend on the other. I don't have to use World Edit API just for their World Edit selection wand. Because, you know, that's a lot to. I don't want to have require World Edit just to select 2 positions, you know? It's really easy to make as well. I mean, I made this all like today in the time I've been streaming. See if that fixed that. Okay. Abstract region does not exist. What do you mean by that? This is our fake block handler down here. So that means that our fake block handler right here is not getting our abstraction, which it should be. Abstract fake block handler. Oh, you know what it is? It's not getting the it's not getting this right here. So we need to add our animus common here in our version module. So hopefully that should fix this error down here. Yep, there you go. Build successful. Nice, nice. I can show you actually right now if you're interested. Actual Brigader instead of Commodore. That's what I'm using for this project right now. Yeah. And someone wanted me to make an actual Brigader tutorial. I just haven't got around to it yet. But, you know, I've shown how to do it in these streams, so. It's really simple. But the way I do Brigader, it uses the paper API because it has it built in. So it'll be different if you use the Spigot API instead of paper API. But it's really simple. You just have the command manager here, which is, I made a singleton. But basically you need the lifecycle event manager, the plugin passed into it right there. And you get that from your main class, get lifecycle manager. And then when you register a command, you pass in, you do event.registrar.register, and then the command node, the description, and the aliases, which I made a wrapper for in this Brigader command class here, which is an abstract class. You pass in the name, the description, and any aliases you want. That stores it in the member field too. And you got getter methods for the description and the aliases. And then you have an abstract method here to build the actual node of the command. And then I have 2 static utility methods here to get all online player names and get a permission requirement. So you can add permissions to your commands. Which reminds me, I have to go back to our minds module here, in our mind wand listener here, we gotta suggest the players. So in this argument here, we gotta suggest player names. Suggest online players, and this will be a this : I think, or rather Brigader command : suggest online players. There we go. Yeah. And then obviously, as you just saw, here's my main command, or Astra command here. All it does is it extends Brigader command, and all you have to do in the... No, I haven't. I honestly don't really work with big servers. I've never had a big server, so I've never had a need to further optimize paper or anything. But I was just talking about that in a Discord server with Diz and Save, two other plugin developers. Diz made Stellar Spigot a long time ago, and he made another one, Axolotl Spigot. And we were talking about it because Save partnered with Axolotl Spigot and made an announcement for it. And apparently that's a good one. It's only $10 a one-time purchase, so it's not bad. But I haven't used it myself at all. I just usually use paper or Purper if it's for an SMP. But yeah, here we go. You do your command constructor, and then you just pass in the super, the name, the description, and any aliases you want. And then anything else you need to do for your command in the constructor. And then you have your node method that you're overriding from the Brigader command abstract class. And then you just return any node, right? So you can make other methods here, as many as you want. So I have the base command node here. So this is what happens when you just type /Astra, and it requires the Astra admin permission. And this is what will happen when you do /Astra. And then you can do .then to have a help subcommand, and then .then to have a reload subcommand, which these subcommands can also have a .then chaining it to other subcommands for those ones. And that's basically all Brigader is. And then obviously to register it, you get your command manager, and then you register the command. You just pass in new and your command. And it's really that simple. At least for paper. I haven't done it with Spigot API yet, and I don't know if I plan to go back to coding on Spigot API. Especially not for open source projects. If I'm going to make an open source project, it's usually going to be a bigger one, in which case I want it to be more modern with, like, you know, paper API and modern versions, which is what I'm doing for this project as well. So let me go ahead and get my Minecraft open. As well as for minimize all this. Open this in my file explorer there. Build libs, right? I know you can't see when I'm with the file explorer or anything, but I'm just navigating to the built jar and my server. So here, test server 1.20.1.1 paper. Okay, get the plugin sorter open. Yeah, exactly. They have Brigader built in, they have mini message built in. It's just much easier. So here, let's replace the old Astra Prison jar in my pods folder with the new one. And okay, let's go ahead and run it. See if there are any errors. And I believe it's the first time I've seen you chat in my stream, so I don't know if you've caught any previous ones or watched them. They're pretty long though, so I understand if you haven't. But we worked on our Omni tool, and we just did a command to test fake blocks. So we're about to test that out right now. And again, I got no errors, so should be able to test it out. And switch scenes to Minecraft here. There we go. So this is our Omni tool. Efficiency 5 I just added through in-game. So I'm going to go ahead and clear, and I'm going to do Omni tool give mantis. So we got a new Omni tool here. Defaults to a wooden pickaxe because that's what I have it configured to. And if we left click on any block, right? So grass block changes directly to a shovel. That's great. Changes to an axe when we click on something for an axe. And of course changes back to pickaxe for stone. So there we go. But right now we are here to test out our mine wand. So mine wand, you know what? We haven't actually registered our mine module, and so it's going to be a problem if we're trying to test with it, obviously. Here we go. Yep. So we want to register our mine module down here. Let me just make sure it is actually in our .gradle file. Yep, it is. Yeah, for sure. All of the code from before the stream. So we go commit. All this stuff is new, but everything else is on the GitHub right now under the Mantis Recode branch. And the GitHub is in the description if you want to check that out. So let's go ahead and build this again since we forgot to register the module. Let's stop the server again. And now we have to check if there are any errors because we haven't technically done that. Okay. All right, no errors on startup. That's good. Then rejoin. Switch back to Minecraft there. Okay, there we go. Mine wand. There we go. Now we have it. So we got mine wand gives me the wand right there. We have our lure, which is broken because encoding isn't set properly in our project. We'll have to fix that somehow. And then can't use it in survival mode. You know, so game mode, creative, right? And you know what? I didn't cancel the event, so if I press a block, it will break it. But we can fix that easily. I have to retest the mines a bit. Or not mines, but fake block selection. So let's go ahead and just make 2 corners here or something. Here and here, right? Select position 1. And again, if I select the same block, it won't notify me again that I've set it because I already set it to that position. So if I set it anywhere, there you go. Set it there, right click again, doesn't notify me. Okay, let's go ahead and clear chat. There we go. And now let's say fill region, and you notice we have please select our materials to fill. Yep. Let's say stone. All right, will that work? Yep, there we go. Region has been filled with stone. And if we right click, we'll notice that they are changing back because these aren't real blocks that we set it to. So let's try stone. Let's try oak planks. See if the command works with spaces, you know? Yeah, there we go. And each one is set with a 100% chance of appearing, so it's pretty evenly split. But we can do, instead, we could say 1, right? Now, wood has a 1% chance of showing up in our mine. We do 50%, so wood is half as common, right? We could do more blocks. We could say coarse dirt, for example. Let's do 25%. There we go. Man, okay, I love this. I love this a lot. All right, we can set it to whatever block we want. And if we say, if it's not a if it's not a block material, it'll just ignore it completely, even if it has a chance set in it. So there we go. Pretty great, in my opinion. Doing some great work here. Gonna get rid of all these. Let's make a bigger region, right? Let's see how long it'll take to fill in. I don't have world edit on this server, so let's just go ahead and yeah, these are the only plugs I have. Let's go ahead and build out here. Okay, so let's do 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Let's do 21 by 21. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21. There we go. So that's our first corner over here. And then just go ahead and make it a, just do the full outline here. Okay, and then let's go up by, doesn't matter how many blocks, just go up all the way as far as we want. Okay, let's go ahead and left click this one so we don't break it because we forgot to cancel the event. Let's do position 1 right there. Okay, now let's see how many different blocks we can put in here. Obviously the amount of blocks you put in depends on how long the chat is, the character limit. So let's say stone, let's keep that 100% so it's the most common. Coal ore, let's do 75%. Iron ore, 50%. Gold ore, 25%. Diamond ore, 10%. Emerald ore, 5%. Obsidian at, or let's do beacon at 1%. There we go. Wow, look at that. Pretty much instantly as well. So the entire region pretty much instantly filled in with fake blocks as well. And there's some coarse dirt in there. Should be fine. Did I leave coarse? No, I didn't leave coarse dirt in. Okay, I think that was just in there. This is just normal dirt from the pillar that I made. Yeah. So yeah, that's great. And normally a mine will be empty server side. So all this dirt here that I made won't actually be there. So that shouldn't happen when it's done. So the way I'm wanting to make mines is I want the mine schematic to be handled independently from our plugin. So you'll use world edit or something to paste in the mine schematic. So the schematic itself is real, all real blocks. And then the mine contents inside where you actually mine will be all fake blocks. So the mine schematic will be empty, but the mine itself, you know, the blocks inside of it will be fake blocks. So that way, however much you want the mine to be expanded will have to be capped at the empty size of your mine schematic as well. So here we go. We got, you know, fake block setup. This is great. Now we just have to add functionality for our Omni tool. And also we need to make it like player specific, I think. If I was to relog, right, let me quickly switch back to IntelliJ here. If I relog, yep. So if I relog right now, just back, all the fake blocks are gone. And also, my selection isn't actually gone because we didn't make a leave listener for that. So we gotta do that too. But there we go. Fake blocks, as I said. Let's do, can I do stone again and have it more common? Right, what if I did stone 200? What if I did stone like 500? Yeah, there you go. So the chance of it appearing isn't actually percentage based, it's weight based. So, you know, the higher the weight, the more common it'll appear. And all the weights don't have to add up to 100. So here we go. This is great. I'm loving this. And again, there's a brigader command. So, you know, let's say Astra, you know, help, reload, all that good stuff. So there we go. We just have a few things to do. First off, we need to change, somehow get this to work hard-coded. It's supposed to be a bullet Unicode symbol. And then we need to add the MindWand quit listener to delete your selection from the map when it's done. And yeah. Let's go ahead, switch back to that. And actually, before we move on, I want to test if this will change already, or if we will need to add that. So we got stone. Now let's add in oak, planks, and dirt, just like that. So, let's see. At least not in creative mode, right? Let's make a platform here to stand on. Yeah, so we need to add functionality for this as well. And if we break it, it will reappear. So we need to add more functionality for that. But if we right click it, it'll just disappear, which we also need to add functionality to prevent that. So we still got quite a ways to go for fake block implementation, but that's the whole point of the fill region command that we made, so we can keep testing. So yeah, we're doing all right now. Let's make some more platform here. There we go. Okay. So yeah, let's move on. Close my server down. There we go. Back here. Modules, mines. Here. Listeners. We can just go in the MindWand listener and add a quit event. Event handler would go on quit player quit event. And we will say MindWand selection dot clear selection event dot get player. There we go. So that'll clear selection. If we leave and rejoin, we'll have to reselect our corners. And what else do we need to do or fix? I think I wanted to add a material suggestion, right? Materials here. You want to suggest all the material names and stuff. So to provider. So it is context. Builder dot no, suggest. There we go. So we want to go into list material blocks. Goes new array list for know. You know what? We can make this a better utility method here. We can say block list utils final private static final not null. We say list block materials static materials equals new array list, and for material material.values. So we're looping through all of our materials here. We say try materials dot add new block material. There we go. Catch legal argument exception E. And actually, we will just ignore that. So here we go. This will populate our materials list with all of our block materials. And we remember we made this block material class and to pass in a material, and it'll automatically check if it's error or if it's not a block. And if it's not, then it'll return or throw a new exception, which we're catching here, and we're ignoring it. So that, no console output needed. Public static not null list material get materials, return new array list materials, so that way you can't modify it through this get method. So here we go. It's done. We can say, I think we could just do I think what we can do is dot map material so let's say mat dot get material dot get name. There we go. To uppercase. There we go. So this is our list. And let's go ahead and see how I did the suggest online player names. So that way we can do it the same way. Shared suggestion provider dot suggest the list and then the builder. Right. So let's actually go ahead and just add this method here into our utility class that we just made. So make it public. Suggest blocks, right? Context, let's add a, let's go ahead and ignore this method. And we'll say get materials dot map dot material dot name. Okay, there we go. That should be it. And then now we could just go, instead of trying to make it here, we could just say block list utils suggest blocks. There we go. So it should suggest a material every time we press space. That's what I wanted to add, yep. And then that's good. We did the right. We did the quit listener. We want to also cancel the event when they when they select. So let's just go event so cancel true. There we go. So that way you can't break a block when selecting one from the wand. Okay, that should be everything that I wanted to fix from the testing just now. Okay. All right. Okay. And what else was I? All right. Not quite sure what else I was thinking about. Okay, yeah, we need to do other stuff. Man, I'm not remembering what I need to do right now. What I wanted to do. I think, though, that a 2-hour stream is a good amount of time for right now. I might stream again in a little bit if I can come up with more things to do, which I think we might work on the menus. But for now, I'm going to take a break and eat some food. And also, I wanted to address that the coming month, for the next 4 weeks, basically, I'm not sure how frequently I'll be able to stream and work on this plugin, because I have 2 new classes in college this month instead of just 1 class. So I'll have, like, double the work from the previous month, and also it's new material that we're learning, so I have to make sure I learn all that. So yeah, and basically just gotta keep up with college. So and this month is a little more a little more work than the last month, because last month and the previous few months I've only had 1 class. So yeah, not sure how frequent I'll be able to stream, but I did a good amount of work for my classes today already, and it's the first day of each class, so I can definitely keep streaming today, but just saying, next 4 weeks, undetermined. But thank you everyone who tuned in for this first stream today, and we will probably be back in a bit, maybe an hour or 2, maybe just later. So yeah, I'll see you then. Don't forget our Discord is in the description as well, so you can join that, and I'll ping there again when I go live later. So yeah, we'll be back. If not today, then next stream we'll see you guys.